Let's get it. Yes, it's your man Anthony Smith and my guy.
Yo, P in the building.
And this is Chop It Up, the weekly dose of where we do what we do with the cameras and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my bad. All right, listen.
All that.
All of that. We back, baby. We back. Y'all know how we get down. We just about having fun over here on Chop It Up, dropping a little knowledge, a little gems. And this week we gonna be talking about
We got some more. We got some more gig talk, man. We had a huge show last weekend. The biggest dog show in the world, literally.
the biggest dog show in the world. West Coast Bully Expo 5 gang. What's up?
Yup, right here in San Bernardino.
It went down. It's so dope to have like I've said multiple times, I've been around the world with this dog stuff, and to have the biggest dog show and the biggest breeders right here in our backyard is just ridiculous.
It was crazy, man. Over 10,000 people showed up.
Over 10,000 people at the Orange Show in one of their hangars. It was crazy. It was absolutely nuts. I've never seen nothing like that with my own two eyes. It was literally like walking through your local mall on Christmas.
It was nuts. And like for me, like this particular show, I don't shoot. I don't carry a camera on this show. I do DJ. So I see it all. I'm there the whole time. I watch it when the first person gets there till the last person goes out, and it was, man.
He got a chance to watch, and I had like 4 cameras on me running around, flying drones, taking pictures, doing video. It was going down, man. I want a big shout out to my guy Rafa, who showed up like he said he was. Came out there and he just wanted to shoot. He just wanted to catch vibes. He just wanted to learn, and that's what this thing is about, man. And my guy Gavin, Young Bull, man, he's still in high school. Me and his father have been working together for years, and his pops kind of told me like, hey, my son he got a natural eye, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you call it in the video or photography world, but when I see his pictures and they're just coming from his cell phone, there's something about it that stands out, and it's something that he's interested in. So if you don't mind, could you take him along for the ride? So Gavin and Rafa, good looking out. You guys both killed it.
Man, for me, it's impossible for me to even help if I wanted to with this show with DJing, because there's a lot that goes on.
It's not like the wedding. It's not like the wedding. Like, Pete lined me up for the wedding, and it was just like, let's go. Like, I had the inside man. But with the dog shows, I'm kind of like, I've been doing it long enough to really know what's going on and what's not going on, and what to do and what I can get away with. But it was a little different for me because it was my first time trying to shoot an event on this new camera, and then also having 2 people that were there also trying to learn. So my idea was to have Rafa kind of shoot a behind the scenes. Like, I wasn't concerned at all with either one of the footage that was coming from their camera, but sometimes you just want to watch the way that somebody maneuvers through crowds and still makes things happen. You know what I mean? Still is able to get the shot when it's difficult to do. You know what I mean? Like I said, it was my first time trying to shoot an event around that many people, and it was a task. And to see these 2 guys still trying to navigate and get shots that were usable was dope.
Yeah, and it was, it was hella traffic with the amount of people that had cameras this show. This is the most cameras I've seen floating around in a show ever, which for sure created enough what's the word I'm looking for? Enough, not traffic, congestion. It was
hard to tell
obstacles.
To tell who was who.
Right.
And a lot of the people in this world, because that's the world that I'm in, they know exactly who I am. But you see these other camera guys, and like Rafa and Gavin, they were just falling in the bunch with the other guys. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's moving out of their way to make sure that they get the shot, because they have no idea who they are, what media company they could or could not be working for.
Right.
They really had to work out there, and not saying anything to the other guys, but I love having that that love and respect when the guys kind of look back and say, oh, you know what I mean? Like, that's Anthony. Scoot out the way. Let him get this shot.
Right. And that's what was like, it was almost like a, from the outside looking in with everybody shooting, it was almost like everybody was competing for these shots. Cause like there's certain times like when everybody lines up and there's stack offs so that you can kind of show your breed against the next breed, then I could just see all the cameramen just over there looking like the paparazzi, like wrestling and everybody trying to get that main shot. And I'm like, damn, man, they don't even know that they're not even like supposed to even be like in the, like they're like in the way. Like,
and besides fighting with the guys that had the DSLRs, the mirrorless cameras, cell phones are a mother, and everybody is on live, and everybody thinks that their shot is the most important shot, and everybody's trying to shine. So fighting in between those guys is always rough, even including for myself. You know what I mean? Like, they're on live and they're trying to get whatever they're trying to get to post to their following or post on their page. So it's important to them for them to get that, but they don't realize that we're there shooting the entirety of the show. So kind of move out the way real quick.
So some quick tips on a situation that you might come into, because I know sometimes that happens with like even like shooting weddings. The opposing team that's hired, like if you got the photography team over there, they might have two. I've been in a situation where they have 3 shooters and it's just me, so I'm wrestling against 3 versus myself. If everybody in the crowd doesn't necessarily know who you are, wear something that identifies you to be known who you are. So if you have like your company, put your logo on your shirt and make sure it specifies videographer,
photographer, whatever the case may be.
Whatever it is. That way they know, even if they don't know you, when they see your shirt, they're like, oh shit, let me get out the way.
Right. That's a good point. Also, you got to kind of be demanding. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You can't be a pushover in there. Like, be polite, but there's a certain way to be polite, but also be in charge. And you want to figure out that happy medium, and every crowd is going to be different. You know what I mean? Like, the guys at the dog show are going to be a little bit rougher than grandma and auntie at a wedding.
A little bit different.
It's different, but everybody still feels like their shot is important, So letting them know that you are in charge, like, hey, bro, let me get this shot real quick. I'm doing this, and this. Even if sometimes you got to explain yourself, take the time out to explain yourself rather than just putting your hands on somebody and forcefully trying to move them out the way.
Right. And I would say like a tip that you can do, like while you're explaining yourself, you might even gain a client right then and there. Hand them a card. That way they know you're official. Hand them a card. Boop. And then usually they'll be like, okay, my bad, G. Like, and
move out the way.
And they'll look out for you whenever they see you around the show. Like, hey, man, watch out. He's trying to get his shot. And it works the same way at weddings. Like, oh, watch out, guys. He's over here. Pay attention. But if you act like, if you're in there timid, like, you're going to get ran over. You're going to miss something. Like,
the one thing that I can say about these live events for you guys that are still on the come up, they go 0 to 100 real quick. It don't matter if it's a dog show, if it's a wedding, if it's an 80th, if it's a graduation. It goes from nothing really going on to everything happening, boom. And you having to pick and choose what shots to get. So if you kind of have, I guess, a form of a shot list, if it's something that you're not traditional to do, like P, he's not going to have a shot list for a wedding because that's what he does. I'm not going to have a shot list for dog shows because that's what I do. But when I transfer over into weddings, a shot list is going to be something that I want to make sure that I have, because not only do I want to make sure that I get those great shots, I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything that are those sentimental moments that never happen again, or those moments that everybody, no matter what type of wedding film you're trying to put together, want to have.
Right. The last thing you want to do shooting a wedding is not have the damn dress.
Not have
yeah. And it's easy to forget to go get it.
The first kiss.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, there's so many timeless moments that you don't think about, and the bride and groom, they have so much on their plate to worry about that they're trusting in you to be the professional, to know, like, hey, you haven't got a shot with your grandma and grandpa, or hey, I haven't seen the best dog stacked up, or hey, whatever the situation may be, you have to be there to chime in and be the professional of the situation. And sometimes it takes the preparation before the gig to make sure when the gig comes up that you got it down.
I'm glad that you talked about preparation, man, because this leads us into like a little sidebar that nobody knew was even going on over in the DJ booth. So, chime in, and we're gonna cut into like, what do you do when you got some equipment that malfunctions?
P, I completely forgot about that. Oh my gosh. I felt so bad for P. Like the way that P was telling you, like there was nothing that he could do once he started DJing. There was like, I'm sitting there and I'm watching him and I'm like, I know he's about to pull through, but I still got to get all of these cameras ready. I got to explain what's going on to Rafa and Gavin and get these guys going, get them out there. And then I'm going to double back. And by the time I double back, I'm hearing boom, boom. I was like, oh, he got it. Ain't no need to go over there. But P, go ahead and let him know what happened.
So I got there and I got set up super fast this year, man. It was like 21 minutes. Like I was set up for, I'm DJing. It's got to be loud. So I had to set up a really big setup, but I've been DJing for a long time. So whatever, setup got done. And I'm like, well, shit, everything's cool. I'm kicking it. I'm kicking it the whole time because the setup's so good. And then I go to press play.
Ooh.
And my computer was not communicating to my mixer. So there was nothing happening. And I was like, shit.
What you gonna do?
Literally no noise. So, Ant gets there a little bit like later after me and he's like, what are you doing, P? Where the music? And I'm like, we ain't got shit right now, bro.
Wait. So when I come in, there's always certain booths at these shows that they bring their own little Bluetooth speakers, right? So from the outside, I hear a Bluetooth speaker, and I'm like, okay, but I don't hear the bass. Like, maybe he didn't turn the sub on yet. Like, I'm trying to think in my head as I'm gathering the filming equipment, like, why ain't the music as loud as I feel like it should be? But sometimes you don't want to turn your equipment up, right, especially at the beginning of a gig. There's not really too many people there. There's no reason to have it at max volume at the beginning of the gig. It's just not, even at a wedding. There's no reason to have your stuff up as high as it can possibly go at dinner time. It's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? It's going to be leveled down. So I'm thinking he's doing something like that. He's playing some down, you know what I mean? Like some older joints, but still some cool stuff that people are walking around, the people that are still setting up can rock to. And then I get in and I'm like, that ain't P. Hold on.
Yeah, my shit was just not even on. And, I had this situation happen to me in a different realm before. I was at a wedding, and right after the first dance, there was this little girl that came and hit my computer off of my damn stand and broke my computer at the wedding right when the reception started. So I was like, shit. So
did you want to choke her? Was she looking for her parents?
Bruh, I was like, whose little badass kid is running around here anyway? The fuck, why is she even over here? Like, yeah, I was hot. I was hot.
Hey, me being a prior DJ, oh my Lord.
I'm like, why are they even around? But like kids are like, it's like your the DJ booth for kids is like a moth and a flashlight. Like that like they just come over there like, oh, look at the light. Look at the light.
Yeah.
Like,
not paying attention to nothing, just walking and moving.
So, I'm over there with no music, no nothing, no internet. So it was a hassle and a half, but an old trick from back in the days, you always keep a backup mix in your phone. Like no matter what, you never know what's going to happen. So that's, I luckily had a wire that went into a channel of the mixer, got that popping, locked onto somebody's hotspot. And, I had to delete all of the programs and re-upload them and reinstall all this stuff, but nobody knew what was going on. That shit went on seamless.
The largest stressors in life.
The DJ was still, or the MC was still talking. He didn't even know that, that it wasn't even working yet. And at the end of the day, you got to make sure you know how to still function with something that's not functioning, because
it comes with something that we said some episodes back. Know your gear.
Right.
Get out there, practice, get out there and play, get out there and use that stuff, because if not, if that would have happened to a newer DJ, he would have felt like it's over for me.
He would have just called the head people like, hey, we ain't gonna have no sound today.
It's over.
And that was the last thing I was gonna. There was no way I was gonna tell George we ain't got no sound. George would have been in there ready to fuck me up. Nope.
Irate.
He would have been over there ready to knock me out. We not even man. Like,
so know your gear inside and out, because when sticky things happen, you have to revert back to what you know. You know what I mean? And if P didn't think of using the auxiliary and plugging in his phone just to get some sound going while he was working on the operation of getting the computer back up, it would have been all bad. You know what I mean? All it takes is one gig, one bad comment, one bad referral, and it just throws your money off. It's almost like it throws your money off for a year. You know what I mean? And it's not 2020, it's 2021, because 9 times out of 10 you're booked up through the year, and then the following year comes around and those referrals, those previous gigs that you had last year, they start dipping off because you just getting bad comments. Right. Oh, you weren't doing this, or oh, he didn't do this, or oh, he didn't have this, or oh, he was an asshole, or oh, she this, or oh, she that. So don't be that person. Know your gear and know how to get around these sticky situations. We've talked about when cameras stop working and what to do, and why it's good to have backups for the backups. You know what I mean? Like, me and Pete talk about it so much, and it's like, why do you have so many recorders? And it's like, because if this one fails, then this one's going to get it. If that one fails, then this one's going to get it.
Right.
So either way, we getting sound.
Right, or you just never know. Like, they'll forget that they have the microphone, they have the lapel right there, and they might grab right over
Yank it off,
right. So you always gotta make sure that you're doubled and tripled down if it's possible. You know, I don't think neither one of me and Ant necessarily when we upgrade, we don't get rid of our old stuff for that reason until we can replace the old stuff to upgrade the old stuff. So it's, we always keep everything back there just because you just never know, man. Like, you just never know.
Never know. I'm telling you, when I was DJing, I literally had a trailer full of wires and just.
Hey, let me tell you about this dude's wire bag. This shit.
Hey, it was never organized. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys and tell y'all that I'm the most organized person, because I'm not. But
he'll have it.
What I can tell you is it's in the bag somewhere. I don't know how you gonna unravel it or how you gonna get to it, but I know it's in there.
Ant's bag was like trying to find Waldo, man. That thing, I'm so happy he don't DJ no more. Cause every time he would show up and put that damn duffel bag down, I'm like, fuck, man, I already know we're gonna have to.
Here we go. Because
30 minutes just unraveling it.
Listen.
Just unraveling the damn cords to even plug them in.
P is the kind of person who's going to unravel, wrap all the cords up that go together.
Yeah.
No, it's 2:30 in the morning. I'm trying to get up out of here.
Ant scoops. He'll go down and just scoop all the damn things up.
I'm unplugging everything from the back of the mixer, everything from the wall, whipping a circle, throwing it in the bag. Next gig. Period. I'm not sitting there. Are you crazy? I'm not individual. Every once in a while, if I got a cool gig, it ended early, 9:30, 10.
No.
Listen.
No, fuck
the 9:30, 10 gigs, I was faded, so it probably didn't happen anyways. But every once in a while, like once a year, I got it right, and I felt like I was going to be able to keep it that way until the next gig, and it just didn't happen.
Never.
Like the way that he's talking about being able to set up in 20 minutes. I was a 40-minute setup every time. It didn't matter. We could have the same exact setup, and it was just untangling wires. Like, not that I didn't know where went where, but it was just the untangle. Man, forget you, P.
I'll never forget all them fucking wires, man.
So right now we got a whole new dilemma, because you guys know, of the two, I'm the one who's always over rational when it comes to upgrading. And right now, I just told you I got a dream camera. We both just got dream cameras, right? But now it's on the other side. So I got the video side of the dream camera, and now I have the opportunity of getting the photo / light video.
I told y'all, hey, Ant, I'm telling y'all, this dude, he got money. Hey,
no. Listen. So don't listen to Pete. Don't listen to Pete. Whatever y'all do, don't listen to Pete. So the thing for me is, I'm over having multiple. We have every sub $2,000 camera body that they make. Period.
Straight up.
Period. And
That's not even a lie.
I don't want to say every, but
Anything
anything that's worth having,
right.
we got it. You know what I mean? Anything that's sub $2,000 to 35, 45, we got it. So for me, I grab a different camera body or 2 or 3 or maybe 4 camera bodies when we go to these gigs, just off of the strength that I can, and me over preparing. I'm over prepared. If I have the stuff, I'm gonna throw it in the bag. I don't care how heavy it is. I don't care how long it takes. But I'm kind of over that. So I want to have 2 cameras, 1 photo / video.
I don't believe him.
1 video that just does it. You know what I mean?
I don't
So,
believe him that he's only gonna go to 2 bodies. I don't believe him.
I might have 3 because I love that EOS R. I don't care what nobody says. That EOS R is, ooh, but that 5, ooh, all of them. I love all of them, and I really,
I want to see it happen.
I might not sell nothing. So listen,
I want to see. I want to see it happen.
Y'all listen to me. We picked up the Red, and my computer, my laptop, 2018 maxed out MacBook Pro can handle the footage, right? Barely. When I run it through it, all fans kick on, high gear.
I'd be mad.
And I do not know how long my computer can withstand it. So I was going to take this money that I have and I was going to buy the iMac Pro. Good deal, right? But they just dropped this new camera though. So what I'm thinking is the money that I had for the new computer, I could just buy this camera and then sell a couple cameras and then buy the computer, because the computer has dropped in price. And I didn't know that until I went researching this computer. So the computer was like $6,000 last year, and now I could get it for like 45, refurbished through Apple, same warranty, same everything. So
It'd be like 17 when I'm ready to get one. That's normally how it goes. I just usually wait so damn long that it ends up being a quarter of what he spends.
If I can get the Jones, and see, he always does this. You know what I mean? I'm
gonna tell you this. He's probably gonna have it all next episode.
I'm trying to work through this. Y'all need to stop dropping new equipment. I don't know who's doing this.
Ant got a problem with new equipment. I'm telling you guys.
Listen, it used to be one big camera show every year. Period. CES, that was it. Right. Now they got one every other month.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying every time I talk about it, if I bring up something, he's like, "Oh yeah, but have you seen this one? Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Well, what about? Well, no, you need to watch this one."
Shout out to my guy Peter McKinnon, because that ND filter that boy got is we nice.
Man, I need one. So that's another. Speaking of ND filters, make sure you replace your ND filters. They do wear out.
Yeah,
I just got exposed this last weekend. If I didn't know how to color grade and bring some footage back, I would have been super screwed. But I thought I was good. Camera thought I was good. It read good. It got to the computer, shit was bad.
Check out the Moment makes an ND filter that's super dope. It just doesn't have the Peter McKinnon name behind it. And then Peter McKinnon has his, and his is made by who?
Isn't that Polar?
Polar Pro.
Yeah, Polar Pro. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Polar Pro. But I want to say, in between those two, there's a couple other brands that are out there, but those are 2 of the newer ones that have dropped, and the reviews are both high on both of them. But it's $100 difference in between the 2. So whatever works within your budget, get it. But you're gonna need it. And one thing that I cannot stress enough is that EOS R with that built-in ND is just a game changer, homie.
And the EOS R just dropped down in price too.
Yes,
it just dropped to like $400. It just dropped like $400. It's like you get it for like 16 right now.
That EOS R is like, P rants and raves about the way that the GH5 is underrated, and which it is super dope. They don't know what they're missing out on. All the extras. That's the same way that I feel about the EOS R. And if you watch the YouTube reviews, you're gonna see a year and a half ago when it first came out, everybody dogging it. not
Right,
giving it a
yep.
chance, and then people slowly switching over to it and giving it the flowers it received. And that's one thing when you go with a brand that's just been around forever, like Canon has been. It's just been around forever. So they're not going to give you everything because they have other cameras to sell.
Right,
So
right,
you're
right,
never, and that's the reason why we have every single sub $2,000 cameras, because they're not going to give you everything in these cameras that we can afford in between $1,500 and $3,500, because there's a whole nother price range at $4,500 that they have to keep some features for, and then from 45 on to 65 and on
And
up.
where we're at now is like we're
So
we trying to get them things up and running all the way. Right now they turn on. They ain't got the bells and whistles on it yet, but we can use them.
we shitting on our clients. You know what I mean? Normally your clients are asking for something that you cannot produce or you got to rent. Right now we shitting
can
on
do
our
it now.
clients. We doing everything.
We can do it now. It's
We got the
definitely
lighting. We got the
right.
the megapixels.
With going to I spent the week at the Pan African Film Festival. And man, like just being inspired, being around those directors and seeing the type of footage that was able to be achieved, and knowing that we got the same quality in house now, man.
Yeah, boy. But one thing that I can say about this whole situation is lighting, man. Check out my guy YC, because he does the most with the least.
Oh yeah, he kills it with lighting, man.
And if you just take the time to learn your stuff, you're not going to have to make the leaps and bounds. But if you got it, get it. You know what I mean? If the opportunity presents itself and you can afford to upgrade. Because who's to say 6 months from now you're not going to be able to book a gig that you wouldn't have been able to book if you didn't make that jump? All it's going to do is progress everything that you're doing. It's going to make you feel different. You feeling different is going to make you go after different clients. Different clients are going to see the work that you're producing, and it's just going to equal more revenue for the company. So go after it.
Yeah, man. I think that closes this one out, man. I hope you guys
It
took
was
away.
fun hanging out with y'all.
Right. Always
Man.
always a good time.
Shout out to my guy Rafa one more time. Gavin, the young bull out there. We're going to keep training them. The funny thing about the whole situation is on the way coming back, Rafa was just telling me he had just bought a new camera. He had to chill. His girl was going crazy, blah, blah, blah. And then I talked to him last night, and he was in that Amazon bin for another $1,500 in camera gear. Hey,
He's out here. Look at it.
That is how it be.
Out here being a home wrecker. Look at him.
Hey, bad influences, baby. We're going to influence you into this cheese, though. Y'all have a good one. I'm Anthony Smith.
Yo, P in the building.
And this is... Run it up.
They be spending money, boy.
Damn, all these shows, nigga.